G'day everyone, welcome to Two Cousins One Chat. I'm Ben.
And hello, I'm Kristy.
And this is an episode we like to call No Notes.
No notes. Well, that's exactly right, Ben. We have written, you've written 0 notes and I have written
Pretty
some
much.
dot points. So, yeah, this episode is see, now I've lost myself already. Jesus Christ.
See,
All right, but no edit, no notes. Okay.
no.
So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Two Cousins One Chat.
That's it. And, you know, when we discussed doing a no notes episode, I was a little bit nervous because, I like the notes. They're a bit of a guardrail, a bit of a guide to get me through the episode and keep it tight. But also those podcasts where people just sort of randomly dribble, I can't
It's
handle
not
them.
us.
I can't stand them. Like seconds, and I turn them off.
Yeah.
I just can't bear it.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Ben. But anyway, I have some loose talking points, and
Like a politician.
So there's always weather, health issues, funny things that Mum's done. But anyway, there is one thing that I do want to chat to you. Ben's laughing because he knows Auntie Ash is such a crack up. There is one thing that I do want to bring to your attention, Ben, and all of our listeners' attention, is I've been looking at some of the stats, right?
Oh, great. Yeah.
I'm a stats man. I
love the stats.
I love the stats. Love to see how we're tracking. And anyway, we've got no people listening to us in Africa.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
We went there for no reason.
Why no Africa?
Book tour for nothing.
We've got stacks of people in Europe and North America. Good on you for following us and finding us, Two Cousins One Chat. But there's no one in Africa at the moment. So why?
Wow. Well,
and how can we rectify the situation, Ben?
I don't know. We have to look. I know some people that are from Africa but live in Australia. Perhaps I could say, what's going on? Who's been spreading bad words about us?
Who do we need to speak to?
Yeah, take it to the top.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I'll keep you posted on the stats because I do love a stat, and I'm always in bed here going, "Oh, check out this stat, look at this stat." Another spreadsheet, and then I rename it and I shift it, and you can never find anything in our shared drive.
15 workbooks in each spreadsheet, color coded.
I know, I can't help it, but anyway.
No, but it's good.
So
we need people like you in the world. That's what I said to Sarah yesterday because she pays attention to things that I don't pay attention to, and vice versa. And it's like we need people like you in the world. We need everyone. Life is a rich tapestry.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's yin and yang. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before we get into some of the no notes for you and the discussion dot points for me,
I think we've already started the no notes. By the way.
How are you, Ben, anyway? How are you doing?
I lead one of those lives that is the envy of many. I mean, it doesn't stop.
No.
The excitement, the thrill of my life. Today, I've done 2 remarkable things.
What have you been to the tip?
I've been to the dump.
Yeah.
I have been to the dump, and it was quite a substantial load for the trailer. Sorry, there was no nice way to say that then, but yeah, it was full. It was chockers. So,
okay.
But also, and this is the revelation. So social media, it's good and bad. I'm not a massive fan of it, like generally speaking, but I do use it. But these community groups.
Mm-hmm.
We have a community group here, and I'm going to name it. It's a Tea Tree Gully What's Up community group, and it's run by someone who does a really good job. And I've started just posting stuff on there to give away. So rather than try and sell things on Marketplace and say, I want $5 for this old thing or $10 for that or whatever, I just put it on this Marketplace thing, which you have to be a group. You have to join the group. And I gave it away. So I gave away some stuff today, some old shoes of Reed's that are in excellent condition, and this little desk thing of his that he had when he was little, and put it up there. And I'm not joking. Within less than a minute, I had a response on the desk.
Wow!
And then within about 3 minutes, I had a response on the shoes.
Wow! What else are you going to get rid of, Ben? It sounds like you've got a bit of stuff to shift.
Yeah. We got
Is
so
this
much
because you
stuff.
can't be bothered going to the dump?
Well, I went to the dump as well. So I'm doing the dump. I'm giving things away. I said to Reed, don't sit still too long or I might give you away, which is a great dad joke. That's a classic.
Yeah, classic dad joke. Yeah.
Yeah. But it
Okay.
was great. And I love giving stuff away because it's local. So
Yeah.
A, you know it's going to someone in your local community, and B, they live close by so they can be here in like 5 minutes and it's
Yeah.
gone. You're not saying, oh, what about Wednesday, 3 o'clock?
No.
All that stuff. It's just
Yeah.
gone. Gone.
Can I just rewind a bit? Did you call it a WhatsApp group or a WhatsApp?
No, it's WhatsApp. It's on Facebook.
WhatsApp. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
no, it's actually
Okay.
on Facebook and it's
Yeah.
called Tea Tree Gully Area. What's up?
Oh, yeah. What's up?
It's
The
got like
sky.
35,000 people on it. It's
Wow.
really
Okay.
popular.
All right.
It's really good. Yeah, so I'm all for it.
Anybody's out there that wants to, take some stuff to Ben's house, so he can put on the what's up group.
With that.
Ah.
Well, we cut a tree down the other week and
Oh,
we
yeah.
cut the big logs. Like we dumped, I went to the bloody dump again to get rid of all the branches, but the big chunky logs that were at the bottom, cut those up when my father-in-law did, put that on the WhatsApp group, who wants some firewood? And literally within a minute, someone said, yep. And then within half an hour, it was gone.
Great.
Gone.
That's so good.
It's a
And
revelation.
yeah, I know Mum's big on Marketplace, so she's always selling stuff on Marketplace, and
Yeah.
she's super successful.
I know. She's doing so well.
She's incredibly successful. But in our last podcast, you were talking about chopping down the tree and, the wood chop and, the South Australian Royal show that's on just recently.
It's just
And
finished today.
You were going to dress up as, Mick O'Toole or whatever his name was. Did you? So that's a tree that you chopped down? And
Yeah,
now
it's gone.
Okay, cool. Yep, nice.
We still have to get the stump bit ground down, which we're going to get done from a professional. But the rest of it is done. And I got to say, big shout out to the father-in-law who did an amazing job.
You'd just be lost without him.
I would be. I'd be lost. He really shoots above. What do they say? Punches above his weight when it comes to father-in-law duties. That's for sure.
Nice one. And I think this.
And I have to say, sorry, because my mother-in-law does listen, and I don't want her to think that I've forgotten her, because we were actually collecting all the stuff that my father-in-law was chopping. So it was a team effort.
Oh, yeah, right.
And as recently as yesterday, my mother-in-law was here, as was my mother. Mum's weeding in the garden, and my mother-in-law's chopping the hedge at the side of the house, and they're unstoppable. Like, you give them a garden tool.
Yeah. You've got everyone involved, the whole family.
It's like smoke coming off those secateurs.
Yeah.
It's like Edward Scissorhands.
That's true. I think this could be a bit of a Melbourne Adelaide thing.
Why? What do you mean?
We call it the tip. We take stuff.
Yeah, I heard you say tip, and I thought, that sounds very British.
Oh, does it? Because we'd go to the municipal tip. There'd be a local tip. Yeah.
The municipal tip.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not the dump. So when you say dump, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, go to the dump. No, we used to go to the dump, and if Dad listens to this, and he does, he does, as does my mother-in-law. That's why I like to say, "Hey, Wendy, how you going?" But Dad listens too, and he used to sing a song every time we went to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, 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 to the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump. Yeah, every time. Yeah, that was back in the day where he'd be like, "Okay, I'm taking stuff out of the trailer," and we as kids would just go walking across the mounds of rubbish, just seeing what fun things were in there.
So much to explore.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I don't know if we were allowed out of the car. So when we lived in Heatherton, there was one quite close by to us, and it stunk. And when I went to primary school in Heatherton, if the wind was blowing the wrong way, you'd get a full waft of it. And now it's all like housing estates.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On top of an old rubbish dump tip, municipal tip.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it looks like when I drive through.
Did you just call it the MT? Got to go down the MT? Municipal tip, or?
Oh, no, just the tip.
The tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
we went to the dump.
you touched on something before, and it was about being a good community person.
I think I'd say good father, but good community person. Yeah.
Oh, and that, yeah. No. But how good has our community spotlight series been? It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
I really wanted to talk about that. Yeah.
I had that on my dot points to talk about, but you had that on your
Goodness.
no notes. You didn't even have that. You just had your
No. Do
brain.
you want to see my notes? This is for the benefit of Kristy only, but these are my notes. Like, that's
Oh,
it.
all I can see is the word dump.
Yeah, that was on there.
Yeah, I know. But it's been fantastic. And the most recent one that we spoke to was Food on the Table that Ben
Yes.
chatted with Roxy and David.
Mm-hmm.
If you hadn't been had a listen to it, find it on YouTube, Spotify, Buzzsprout, wherever. It's just unreal. You did a really good job on that, Ben. You were super profesh.
Oh, thank you. No, I had
Yeah,
a really good time. They're both really lovely people, and I'd met Roxy before because she was at the Soup and Sleep, so I'd met her.
yeah,
But I hadn't met David before that interview, and he's lovely. They're both really lovely and very passionate,
yeah,
and that word gets thrown around a lot these days in job interviews and places LinkedIn, but they are definitely truly
yeah.
passionate about what they do, because I think you have to be to work in that industry. You really have to be
Mhm.
passionate about it because it's very it's very demanding. So I thoroughly enjoyed talking to them, and yeah, I love the episode. I've listened back to it just to catch up on,
Have you?
when you're
Yeah,
interviewing, you don't sort of pick everything up, just to listen to what they said, and they're just wonderful. And some of the feedback I've had is, wow, they really know their stuff. They are
yeah.
so across their jobs. It's so impressive. So yeah, I loved it. Thank you. Yeah,
And we put it out on LinkedIn as well.
we
So
did.
we generally we haven't been putting a lot of stuff on our professional LinkedIn pages, but
No,
this one we have, and we've had some absolutely lovely comments and shares and stuff like that. So yeah, and then we also chatted with Helen of Neil
yeah,
and
Wendy
Wendy
Bywaters.
Bywaters. So
Yeah,
they have been fantastic, and we've got a couple of other. Excuse me, I'm going to burp. You can choose to keep that in or not, whatever. I don't really care.
you did say
But
no edit, so
no, it is. But we have got a few more community spotlight episodes lined up. But you know what? We're going to press pause for a minute because Ben and
mm,
I have got like a chocker block load of episodes lined up for the rest of the year.
I
So
know
we've got another 2 community spotlight episodes to roll out, but we'll have to just weave them in a little bit later on down the track.
we
If
will.
that's okay with everyone, is that all right with you?
Well, people just go and listen to episodes randomly
It
anyway.
doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter.
No, it
No,
doesn't matter. Yeah,
time is an elastic piece of Play-Doh,
rubber. I don't
plasticine.
know,
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But one thing that we can announce coming up on and one of our next episodes is our Christmas special. So
Yeah,
you remember last year we had the absolutely gorgeous, delightful Gabriel Gatte join us. He talked to us about his family traditions and what he cooks, and we basically connected. We're actually going there this year for Christmas lunch. Unbelievable, I know.
oh,
But
I gotta remember.
yeah,
I better not forget that.
don't
I
forget,
can't. I think
Ben.
I've got Gabs as my Kris Kringle.
Oh, Ben, you can't call him Gabs.
I can't call him that. Oh, he won't mind. We love him.
We do bloody well love him. He loves us. But anyway, we are just about to announce. We're going to announce it right now. Actually, we've got Tim Bone joining us next for our Christmas special.
Unreal.
So a lot of people that listen to this podcast will know Tim Bone because he's from Ballarat. And he's also a chef. He was on MasterChef. He's on Ready Steady Cook. He does a lot of not Ready Steady Cook, Good Chef, Bad Chef. Sorry about that. Probably been on other show too, whatever.
Probably.
Um, and he does sometimes work with Justine Schofield. But you might know him as Tim's Toasties. And if you haven't been onto his website to look at some of those toasties, go now. Stop
Mm.
whatever you're doing. And if you like cheese, you'll love this too.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be so good. I love the Christmas episodes. It's
yeah,
going to be good
yeah.
fun.
It is gonna be good, and we don't really know Tim, but,
No.
he's probably listening to the back catalogue now,
Well,
all the
yeah, of course.
podcasts, but he just did something recently, a charity event in Nil, so that was how we kinda got the connection. I thought, it could be good really good to chat to him, so he looks like a lovely guy, so there you go.
Good on you. No, you set that one
Excited?
up. That's very, very nice. Yeah,
Mm.
lovely. Hey, can I talk about something for a moment? Two things, and they're kind of sporty. And I'm not a super sporty
You always say
person.
that, Ben, but
Well,
you
I
are.
do, but I do. I am getting into sport in my twilight years a little bit more.
What's the
But
difference between being sporty and being like you've always been involved in the fitness industry. So how that
Well, no,
by
that's not
definition,
entirely true. I didn't really get into fitness until my sort of mid to late 20s. But anyway, that's enough about
a
me.
personal trainer for a long time, and
I was a personal trainer for 10 years, yeah.
international mud wrestler or something.
Yeah, something like
Tough
that.
mudder, tough mudder.
I'm, I'm clicking this
International.
pen and it's
Okay.
annoying me. I'm going to put that down. But no, I want to talk about just a little video I saw a moment ago because, I do love the tennis and I know
Yep.
you love the tennis as well. Have you
Yes.
seen the video of Roger Federer at the US Open?
Yes, in the
Did you see
crowd.
that? Oh, that was so
Yeah.
good.
He's
And
so
you just think,
lovely, isn't
oh, you
he?
just miss him. He was such a good player. Yeah, I just wanted to, that was just a note. That's just, just take that as a comment, as they say. But also, I've been watching La Vuelta,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is the basically the Grand Tour of Spain, which is cycling. And Ben O'Connor, who is an Aussie,
Yes.
maintained the red jersey, the leader's jersey, until I think like 3 stages ago. So he had it for 17 stages. He now holds the record as the having held the leader's jersey in a Grand Tour, the longest of any Australian. He's just overtaken. Um, I'm not going to remember the guy's name, but anyway, he's now out of the leader's jersey.
Yeah.
Primoz Roglic has overtaken him, but he's only 2 minutes behind.
Yeah.
There's one stage there's actually the time trial stage tonight. So if he can, it's going to be tough. But if he can beat Roglic by 2 minutes and 2 seconds or more,
Yeah.
then he gets the jersey. But at least if he can stay on the podium and stay in third, do you think he's going to do it?
Well, I was having a look at it, Ben, and the time trial's only 20 odd K, so it's flat, it's short. I don't know what he's like as a time trialist.
I think he's pretty good.
So hopefully he can, excuse me, hopefully he can, podium or even get the leader's jersey. So I don't know
Yeah.
what Primrose is like in a time trial. So, but then he's got Enrique Mas and then Carapaz coming in fourth. So he's got some, great riders in the top 4 riders there. So hopefully he can, just pull one right out of the proverbial and just have an awesome time trial. So
Let's hope.
yeah, by this time, next time when we record, we'll be able to have some. We'll give you an update on that. But go Ben.
Oh, it's been awesome to watch. Yeah,
it's been good,
really,
hasn't
really
it? The scenery is different to Tour de France as well. Of course, it's Spain, but it's super lovely. Makes me want to just go.
Yeah, I know. It's very similar to Adelaide, actually, because Adelaide in summer gets very, very dry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spain's quite dry in some parts, but then really dramatic. Sort of the last couple of stages, the scenery's been really mountainous and incredible. And it's funny, it makes you appreciate the coverage of the Tour de France because this has been good, but the Tour de France is next level in terms of the coverage. The camera work in the Vuelta is a little bit shaky. It's a bit hard to watch sometimes, but and early on they had, because Matt Keenan was doing the Tour de France Femme, so they just had Simon Gerrans and I think a couple of other Aussies as well. I just go blank. The guy that was, Cavendish's lead out dude.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I think of his name? I can see his face.
Yeah, I can see his face too. Mark Renshaw.
Mark Renshaw.
Yeah.
And this other guy called Mitch. And they were okay, but then Matt Keenan comes along and you're like, oh, okay, good. We got Matt back.
I feel like Matt's been commentating for the last 4 months.
Non-stop.
I know they're commentating out of Melbourne at SBS in Melbourne.
Right. I thought that might be the case.
Yeah, and Bridie's not here at this time. She's having a break. But he's done the Tour de France Femme, and now this. He must be like wanting to have a bit of a break.
Surely.
So I mean, I know what it's like, speaking for long periods of time.
It's very exhausting.
But anyway, good on him. He's done a great job.
Brilliant.
Hey, can I tell you something that happened to me on Friday when I went to work? This is going to blow your hair back, Ben.
Okay.
So anyway, I
ready.
went to the train station and there's the local member, Tim Wilson, handing out his cards, right? So anyway, I was like, what's he doing here? We haven't got like a state election coming up or local. Have we got local elections? I know we've got the. Anyway, so I was like, kind of like, what are you doing here type thing. Anyway, I took his card and, I had a read of it and got on the train, went to work, got off at Glen Ferry, which is got to go to Richmond, then from Richmond out to Glenferrie. And then I went to tap off, and which with my Myki card, which is the card that we have in Melbourne. Anyway, and it was like red, like, wouldn't let me through the barriers. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So anyway, tap, 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 and it's a brand new card because my other card died. And anyway, there's about 7 or 8 inspectors there on this particular morning, right? And they try to catch school kids or uni students trying to sneak through the system. So anyway, I kind of put my hand up like this, and they let me through. And anyway, the inspector, she's like, I'll just check your card to make sure that everything's all right. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a new card. Anyway, she said, oh, you haven't tapped on at your station. Oh. So anyway, she had an iPad and she was scrolling, and she could see that where I tap on, tap off every day, catch a train to work. And so anyway, she then read me my rights, and and I was like, oh my God, do I need like a lawyer here? She's like, do you understand? And this may be held accountable, like she's recording it. I was like, what? And all these people are flooding through the gates, and some of my peers and work colleagues giving me the evil eye. Like,
oh no.
So anyway, after all of this, she said that's going to be a $300 fine.
No.
I kid you not.
Are you for real?
I am dead set. So, and I said, I was just like, are you for real? Like $300? You can see all my history, and I've got auto top up, and I'm in 7 years working at Swinburne. I've never ever fare evaded, blah, blah, blah. She's like, you'll get a fine in the mail and you can contest that.
Wow.
$300.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, because it's my first time, they might be lenient or they might let me off with a warning. But anyway, I'll keep you posted because we might need to set up a GoFundMe.
Well, I'm surprised that they let you do this episode from prison as well.
I'm in the remand centre.
You're actually wearing a black and white striped top. Is that the uniform? I thought they only did that in the movies.
I know. Fair income. So, So I think it's Tim Wilson's fault. So I think I might, give a word to him because he distracted me as I was going through the gates at the local station.
Yeah, don't get me started on Tim Wilson. I don't like to get political on this podcast, but, he's all about law and order.
Is he?
Well, apparently.
Well, anyway, so I was quite upset. But anyway, I had a very big day at work on Friday. And as you know, I've had a bit of a hay fever. I've been banging on about it. My eyes are still itchy. I've put so much in my nose, in my eyes. I've taken every antihistamine known to man. So anyway, I've got this dry eye issue happening.
Do we need to talk medical stuff? Do we need to just have a little medical moment?
Okay,
we can talk about all our issues.
Now. I'm just a bit annoyed that I've, got Zyrtec, this, blah, blah. I've got all these different types of tablets and eye drops, vitamin E oil. Then I went back to the chemist yesterday and said, I can't get into the doctors till the end of the week. It's like, oh, shit.
What is going on over there?
I don't know. It's like, it's even windy today. It's like, I'm sick of being in Melbourne. I'm coming to Adelaide.
Yeah, we don't do that. Doesn't happen. I mean, do you know what happened? I'll give you by contrast. This is what happened the other day on our buses because I was catching the bus for work the other day, and the tap and go, which only Ashley will be listening. We don't do the validator anymore. The ticket that used to go that used to come in and out. Remember that? It happens at the train station, but you don't validate on the bus anymore. You tap and go.
Okay, yeah.
So we were tapping and it wasn't working. I was using my phone, a card on my phone, and so there's this girl next to me. And she was a high school student kind of thing, and the fare inspectors came on the bus to check, and God, so they come on.
We're talking about this, both of us in the same week.
I know. Well, this was last week. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
So this guy, so same week. So this guy came on. There was 3 of them actually. So they come on and they just sort of walk down the bus and they grab your card and they put it on this little scanner and it shows if you bought a fare recently. And and I'm thinking, well, my card didn't work, so I couldn't pay. But I actually then used another card, which was a debit card, and that worked. Whereas this girl only had one card on her phone, so she was nervous. But I saw that someone else was having the same problem, so. He came up the back and he was talking to us and she was sitting next to me but up up on the very back bus seat, And she said she was really nervous, and she said that about the ticket, and I said the same thing. Like, mine didn't work either, so I used another one. And he just said to her, "Look, this is a warning. Try
Mm.
and find a card that will work. Maybe you need a debit card. Maybe it doesn't work. Blah blah blah." And I said, "Same, thank you. That's fantastic." And then he went on his way. That was it.
Okay.
That's the Adelaide way.
That's the Adelaide way, not his $300 and,
Yeah, and go to court,
yeah.
scumbags. See you later.
Right. Anyway,
Humiliated.
I will keep you posted on that. So,
Mm.
I just checked the timer because I set it for 30 minutes. We're at
Yeah, we're
25.
nearly there.
Yeah.
God, so
Anyway,
we can bang on, can't we?
I tell you what, I've just bought tickets to Jesus Christ Superstar coming to Melbourne in March. It's my favorite live theatre show. And
so good.
Long story, I won't tell you right now, but when I was working in America, I saw this maybe 12 times at the summer camp that I was working at. It's brilliant, and I've seen it every time it comes to Melbourne. So if it comes to Adelaide, or come over to Melbourne and watch it. So I'm really super excited for tickets.
That's unreal. That's
yesterday.
so cool. And if it does come to Adelaide, it better.
Yeah.
Because I won't go into the details, but there were conversations happening amongst some of us in the theatre fraternity about trying to do something with that show.
You were in it, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
I came to Adelaide to watch you in that.
You did.
It's my
Mark Oates
favourite.
was in it. Mark Oates played Jesus. Yeah. So, yeah, we were having conversations, but it wasn't, if we wanted to get the rights for it, you couldn't because of that show. So it better bloody come to Adelaide. It better come to Adelaide.
I don't know if it is.
See, that's
Jump
not
online,
fair.
yeah.
So that is one thing about Adelaide that's annoying. People bypass us, but they'll always go to Melbourne, no doubt. Yeah,
absolutely.
But Jerry Seinfeld came here.
Yeah, so suck on that, everyone else.
Jesus.
Really quickly, I want to talk about the article that we wrote with Rachel Lynch, The Power of Connection, and how a Kris Kringle gift sparked a global literary journey. It was so much fun. It's going nuts, this article. It's on LinkedIn. It's been picked up by a bunch of media. We're just about to share it with a whole lot of other media. You can find it. Where can you find it? You can find it
on our Facebook page.
Yeah, right. It's on our Facebook page. Yeah, you can take a read there. It's a really lovely story about how Neil has been referenced in the most recent Rachel Lynch book, which
unreal.
Is absolutely
I love
cracker. It's so good. So good. And another funny thing happened to me on Friday. And just before we wrap up, this is my last thing that I'm going to chat
clearly
about.
I've got nothing else to say. I've been told.
Yeah. Anyway, this is my last thing that I want to chat about. So, and then you can wrap it up, Ben. But
sure. Friday
at work, after the Myki disaster, I had a photo shoot, right? So I have another podcast at work, and this is at the Swinburne one with my co-host Nicola.
Yeah.
So anyway, Swinburne is currently being reaccredited for a really big accreditation for the university. It's called the AASCB. I don't know what it stands for, but it's fancy. So anyway, they wanted to feature Nicola and I, so they'd organised a photo shoot for us to be part of this AASCB accreditation. So we've got all the officials coming, and the university's all shiny and sparkly, so we can, be reaccredited. So anyway, it was in the afternoon. I had meetings, so I was all over campus, walking all around the joint. Anyway, the photo shoot was for 2:30, right? So anyway, came back to my building and met the photographer and went to the bathroom, kind of thought, oh, yeah, look all right. My eyes are really sore from the hay fever and the wild weather in Melbourne. And anyway, so she took a whole bunch of photos of Nicola and I, in all sorts of different sort of situations.
Poses. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, and then she sent through the photos Friday afternoon.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it was so funny. So anyway, there was probably about 6 that we could green light, and some of them were from the back of our heads. Right. And anyway, the ones from the rear of our heads, we hadn't even brushed our hair. Our hair was all knotty and matted because of the wind. And anyway, there were these nice full length poses of us, and I had all my buttons and zip kind of undone and misaligned, and like, oh my God, I look like an absolute wreck, like I've been dragged through a bush backwards, right? My pants weren't even done up.
What?
I know. So anyway, oh my God, there's
Kris.
Stop it. So anyway, we went back to the photographer and said, look, you can use these two, but cut this one off at the waist, and because they're going to be printing them in big image sizes.
Yeah, we don't need that. You don't want that.
Oh God.
My God,
So
Kristy.
funny. Yeah, it's making me hot. I'm taking off my jacket.
You're
So
getting all
anyway,
sweaty.
yeah. So it's gonna be funny to see what they end up using, and hopefully they can touch up some of them with I don't know, with that AI stuff out there.
Of course. Yeah, they'll do something. Don't you worry. I'm just
Uh,
looking to see if I have anything else on my list, but
Did you want to
I
talk
really
about the dump again?
well, I could probably. I'm just looking at the time. I could
Yeah,
probably go and get another load before the day is done.
you could actually.
Do you know what? When I went there was no one. I went straight up to the
Ooh.
booth,
Oh yeah.
went straight through, and then when I left, there was literally about 10 cars lined up. You know when that happens and you think, oh, I just got the sweet spot.
Oh
I
yeah.
just got in the sweet
Nice
spot.
one.
So
Yeah.
so that was, I was a bit smug as I drove out, going,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
suckers, you're not even, you're
Yeah.
lined up on the road. You're not even
Yeah.
at the dump yet. Yeah.
Validate that, everyone.
Validate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
good old validator. But you can still validate when you go through the turnstiles at the train. So if you are a bit nostalgic for the validator, just catch the train.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah.
The olden days were the best days, like everyone
Oh,
keeps saying,
absolutely.
whatever.
But I love the bus. I love
Yeah.
catching the bus because I listen to the Junkies, and
Yep.
I just have a bit of me time. It's
Yeah,
wonderful.
and listen to Chrissy Swan sometimes, or just listen to us sometimes, or just listen to
Sometimes.
some whatever music.
What I don't do is have a phone call on speaker on the bus, which
Oh,
some people do. Why?
or
Anyway.
eat hot chips, right?
Oh, you can't eat or drink on our buses.
Just sit there and just don't
Shut
speak.
up. Yeah.
Right?
Don't cough.
Don't cough. Or if you do cough, make sure you got your mask on. Oh, far out. Anyway,
Yeah.
have we?
We've complained about public transport before, but I don't complain about the transport itself. It's just the people that are on it.
Yeah,
The public
fair
element of it is what.
Yeah.
No, look, I honestly have generally very positive experiences. I love catching the
Yeah.
bus. It's like just so relaxing. You just
So
all you
easy.
have to worry about is dinging the bell before your stop. That is literally all you need to worry about.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
just
Oban people. It's the
Yeah.
Oban. Love the
love
Oban.
it. All right,
Hey.
are we wrapping up or what?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I had another couple of questions here, but you know what? They can hang over to next time. It's all good.
Turns out we don't need a script just to rave on for a solid 30 minutes.
I know. How about that? It's kind of felt a bit liberating.
It was very freeing. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it sounds really good. I'm sure it will. Be amazing.
Garbage.
Yeah. Nah.
Nah.
But as we wrap up, we can say if you want to go back and watch any of the Spotlight on Community or listen to any of those past episodes, you can watch that or listen to that on YouTube channel. And jump on Instagram, Facebook. We love
This is
that.
so smooth.
As smooth as, or just don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, because we love to hear from all of our amazing listeners, and we've got heaps of you. So thanks so much for listening.
Come on, Africa.
Yeah,
Get on
lift your
board.
game.
You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because I've been looking for our cousins in Africa.
Are there?
I've been doing a bit of research on what?
We have cousins in Africa.
No, but there would be cousins in Africa.
Yeah, of course. Of course
Yeah.
there would be. People who are cousins with each other, yeah. All right, look, Kris has spoken. We've got to get off.
Yeah,
Come
right,
on.
okay,
We're
I'll
done.
listen.
All right.
Right.
See ya.
Bye for now. Got them.